Hello everyone, ennard here, again, as I've stuck doing this yet again, and welcome to another chat room. Well, at least Halloween's on the way, so at least I don't have to be that annoyed, since the demo run, anyway, I am basically going to be doing this yet again, because the wheel selected me, and, the wheel's second choice is none other than who I'm joined by, and that is, well, General, or General Shadow Freddy, or whatever you want to call him. Whatever they want to call me. Ennard, listen here. I have got one name, and that is General. That's literally how the Chief designed me. At least I didn't really have to go through any second form stages after all, but I believe you guys are the viewers. Hi. I'm General Shadow Freddy, and, well, let me think about this for 1 second. You guys look a lot different than when I remember you. Of course they look different. It's different people looking at it every time. Do you not know that? Well, I've not got that much experience, have I? God. This is what I've got to suffer for about the last few minutes. It's just so... And why is the chat room so grey? At least you shove the washing machine in here in case I need to, like, wash my clothes for anything. At least, like, I don't need to wash anything. And besides, Ennard, we're robots. Not living people. Yes, I know, we're only robots. It's quite obvious, I can see that. But anyway, we'll be going through this again, like we've always have, for years on end. With no real beneficial. Suppose I better, like, start hating myself or something. You know, I'm surprised you didn't do that years ago. Seriously, General? Yes, I am being serious. Well, like I said, at least you're on our side now and not with the Chief. Tell me about that all over again. Well, I would have been blindly serving him still until, like, Ryan gave me a change of heart, because, well, I was running around after the commander's footsteps for hours, and I called him a traitor. And then obviously I seen that it's not the same, so I just had to do what I needed to. And besides, do I look like I wanted to be doing this again? I knew what the Chief was going to become, so I didn't bother wanting to help. I just pretended to want to, that way the commander wouldn't really suspect it. That's my tactic with the Chief, like I said. Like, I could literally, like, go on for hours and work out what this whole thing is about. Because, like I said, well, considering the Chief's finally gone, I need to work out a few things with him anyway. Like, what did he want in the first place? Why are we going through this all over again? And all of that business. Well, I can explain this. Well, ask you this. Why did you end up leaving again? And then led to Ryan having to have his memory wiped of your presence before? The incident is something very confusing. I didn't think the Chief was evil back then. And then I found that out after a while. The only reason why Ryan probably had his memory wiped was so that, like, I couldn't really lead him to becoming a traitor, but guess what? It ended up happening. So I knew I had to help him. Otherwise, well, he would have been doomed. And you're telling me this. Fascinating. But besides from that, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I've never been put on this wheel. Ryan only just did it because he knew I was going to be part of this group for a bit. At least until he finds somewhere to dump me. Well, if you watch through them, basically we're just meant to, like, sorry, to sit in a room and just talk. Meanwhile, Ryan has a speaker mounted in the room somewhere, and sometimes he will play random noises down it to torment us. And it does prove quite annoying, I know. And if I could find them, I'd rip all of them off, but I can't. The sign also changes randomly as well. And hang on. Besides from all of that, I would have to say that the room is also changing colour quite a few times, I think. Because I don't recall it being grey. It looks quite good in grey, if I do say so myself. Because, well, it's grey. That's just because you're literally just like one who works with that colour constantly. Machinery and whatnot. And now those droids of yours anyway. They're going under a few development problems. But besides that, yes, they're fine. Yeah, good. Nowadays I don't even know what to talk about with you. Well, with Halloween on its run, have any intentions for that? Yes, I actually do. There are a few things that me and Ryan have been going over together. A bunch of little games, obviously. I'm going to have to get the others into their costumes at some point soon, so yeah, we'll spend the rest of this month in our costumes. We did the demo run, as gathered. I think I checked the CCTV monitoring of that. Yeah, of course you have. What part did you enjoy then? Well, I ended up having to go out, like, after Ryan turned the recording off, to go be of assistance with the children. And God, wasn't that fun. Like, literally, I just had to flaming hold them as well. Like, Ryan had to literally, like, grab Funtime Foxy. I had to grab Funtime Freddy. Minda had to grab Ballora, and I think you remember having to grab Baby. So basically all four of us had to grab someone. I'm sure Ryan was struggling to hold Foxy though, because, well, that was the thing. When we first met, he was flaming tiny as. Or am I thinking about this in a different way? Well, it depends. We were built specifically. And that depends in that data. Well, he's lost half of his childhood after that build-up, because who he could have called a father, Golden Freddy the Chief, was just an absolute moron. Which, I didn't think he deserved that. When I noticed the others were set free, I knew that the Chief wouldn't have been so kind-hearted. And then, I ended up snooping around the vent and I found Ryan running around the area. And he seemed to have been running from the others, absolutely terrified. So I had to grab him, bring him up into the vent and keep him hidden for a bit, until at least I can introduce him to the others, and tell the others that he's not a hostile. But you were blindly following the Chief still at that point. Believe me, I'll explain more things closely. Didn't you end up mentioning to me once of a few things? Like, why bother and whatnot? The thing is, though, is that it's just complicated, basically. I spent my years serving the Chief just to be seen as some useless junk-heap. Blown to smithereens by God knows what. And not to mention making my life an absolute nuisance. I could really do with a vacation right now. Well, don't we both? I'm always needing therapy. Tell me about it. Every time I was working with the Chief, I kept thinking I needed some. Tell me of it. Now, is there anything we're going to want to do with each other or something? Oh, no. Literally, you just got me in here and I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. The thing is that I don't wish to be holding the children down again like I had to do before. Because that was disastrous. And besides, I've realized something. When Chief designed Ryan, he did look younger. For what reason? When the Chief was designing you both, he intended to have a child as well of his own. So, he built Ryan as that age. But, because of Ryan's age, he's got another form, being the Commander, which is more hostilic and will be around like the same size and age as us, and bigger than the children. That's why it's extremely risky to well, at one point it was extremely risky to have that thing around the children. Because I didn't know what to expect. Hang on. After the mech incident, what ended up happening, because obviously I get blown up, I get brought back by the commander. He just says I get blasted, I get shown the chief's withered remains. What else happened then? Then obviously I was forced to circle around to a proximity numerous times to go looking for a piece while the commander was doing God knows what. And, well, I had to literally follow some pink rabbit back to where you guys were. No, even I'm having to clear and throw it out now. And, last but not least, well, having to, like, take the piece from you, listen to what you had to say, get stopped by Ryan halfway along, only for him to try and convince me. It ended up taking a while, and then eventually I just gave up with the stupidity, and just, well, gave it up. Tried to betray the commander by just simply shoving a bullet in his head, but didn't go to plan because he attacked. Well, that's the thing with some people. Honestly, the way you were acting kind of rung a few bells on him. Hence why he ended up saying, alright, let me grab one, and then twitch to grab you. He knew what you were going to do, because the chief kind of designed that thing to be a bit intelligent. I kind of gathered that. Besides, what left us all in surprise was just hilarious. That was questionable. The guy was kneeling before the chief, and he just literally just had his head blown. Oh, I'd say blown off, but it was more like punched into and then ripped into two. Technically, yeah. No one knows what's really happened to him. I wouldn't be surprised if he was swimming alive from that. Anyway, this is just getting less worth my while, so what am I playing at? I've just been trying to figure this out myself for hours. Oh, have you now? And what point does that get to? I don't know. What are you doing? I just decided to make that noise. Alright. This just proves a nuisance. So, a few newspapers are lying around here. Does any have any locations on the chief? No, it does not. Oh, get this again with the knocking. Come in! Lot of knocking! Oh god, it's the crackhead. Crackhead. I'm not a crackhead! Right, I just sent me in here for this. Right. Apparently there's this he wanted to show you both. Considering you're both in the same room, technically, he wanted me to give these to both of you. I'm not gonna hold you off. See ya. Alright, crackhead. I'm not a crackhead! What the heck's with the high pitch? I don't know. He probably does it from time to time, I don't know. He literally, like... I just call him a crackhead every time I see him, it's quite funny. Funny. I kinda don't understand that fully, but alright, whatevs. Alright, so... let's see what he wanted to give us. And, well, there's your problem. Oh my god. Ryan's nearly taking the flippin' mick out of us now, isn't he? I still question the high pitched voice. Yeah, we get it. We all questioned why Funtime Freddy went high pitched on his voice. Apparently, he said that Funtime Foxy was going to come get us from the room as soon as we are able to leave. So that's going to be fun, considering, like, we've got to attend a few things anyway. And besides, Ryan's getting that nasty feeling about, like, Glitch Trap coming back to the channel, which I shouldn't be able to count on happening because, like that, the guy's gone, he got what he wanted, but he is a computer virus, ennard. He will just make an excuse to come back. Aside from that, apparently it's not from that actually. Look, he stuffed a little note in there. Besides from saying, well, there's your problem, remind me to murder him. Alright, let's take a look at this. I need you in general of a favour, so I'm gonna have Funtime Foxy come get you. you in a minute. Basically, long story, all it is, just think about getting your backsides here because, well, like I said, I don't really have much of a patience level. He's gotten patience, hasn't he? He's grown more reckless, believe me. So, yeah, all we gotta do is just wait and... Oh, for goodness sake. I swear to God, if it's you again, crackhead, then I'm gonna flaming kick that door down and beat you one.
Right, I'm just going to pretend that I did not let you just get mixed up with Funtime Freddy, and just proceed to what I've got to do.
Oh, it's just you, Funtime Foxy. I actually thought you were Funtime Freddy for some reason, only because you came in earlier. Imagine literally having to get them mixed up, ennard. You're with them more than me, and I can tell them apart. The only ones I get mixed up is Foxy and Ryan. Well, that's because you don't look at them properly. Anyway, Foxy, what does Ryan need you to come and get us for?
Oh, right. So basically, Ryan needed me to come get you for this. He's getting the costumes sorted out for the whole Halloween business we're going through, considering he said we'll be wearing our costumes for the rest of the month, apparently. So, well, he just needed me to come get you guys. Basically, apparently he needs General for a bit of it as well, because, well, obviously, one of the costumes kind of involves a bit of his technology. Well, I say technology, but mine and Freddy's costume just requires painting, which he needs the General for, and he's basically fitting everyone else into their costumes. So, yeah, that's why he wanted me to come get you, so that the whole costume thing can be sorted out. Oh, you guys are recording as well. Hey guys. Anyway, besides from that, just come meet me in the room. I'll just inform Ryan that you might be on your way. See ya!
I am gonna be fairly honest, ennard. I forgot about the costumes.
Funny enough, same here. Right guys, looks like me and General have got to wrap up.
Considering the fact that obviously we've got to start sorting out Halloween, which we all look forward to, I'm sure of it. Well, like I said, well, if his mighty wheel decides to work, then we'll see a few others on this video, so we're not gonna keep you waiting. Especially yours now.
Shut up, you!
Anyway, there's a few things that he may need to sort out, and here's one of them.
And what would that be, General?
Catch me if you can, you bald pies! But you really want to try and wreck me, didn't you? That's the funny part.
Catch me if you can, you party and bald son of a... General, get back here! That was not appropriate language to use on set! General!